What's up, YouTube? Today we're back with
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name I messed up. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sam. Today we are joined by my boyfriend Joel. Let me say hello.
Hi, guys.
So today we are doing something fun. It's a little long overdue. A couple of weeks ago, and I apologize for it taking so long, I asked you guys for your relationship questions, your dating questions, specifically questions that you would want answered from the male point of view. I feel like you and I are very good at like talking things through when we're talking with friends or just like loved ones in our lives, and so I thought this would be a fun video to do. So I'm gonna kind of weigh in here and there, but
yeah, and I am not a professional by any means. I'm just gonna let you guys know.
It's a good disclaimer.
I'm 100%. It's just from experiences that we've both had, and we're still working. Not perfect.
Yeah, these are not by no means like the right and only answers. But just kind of what works for us, what's worked for you, and it's just kind of good to get a different perspective sometimes.
Yeah, and I think another disclaimer is I have not seen these questions. That's one thing that I can't rehearse. I need to spit it off the top of my head. Yeah,
I asked him if he wanted to look through them beforehand because I've had these for weeks, but he didn't want to see them. So
looking forward to hearing what you guys had to ask.
I think we should just jump into it, shall we?
Yeah, we should.
So the only one that you saw actually is one that caught your eye.
Yes.
Do you want to start with that one?
I don't remember what it was.
Okay, it was basically asking if following Instagram models and celebrities and like those kinds of women on Instagram, does that really not mean anything to guys? When you like pictures of these women, you're like, oh, but it's just Instagram, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, so personally speaking, and again, everyone else is different, but I always thought that if like your eyes are going to someone else, then it's not really, I mean, you're not, I don't know how to say, like you're not whole in your relationship. It's like you're trying to look for satisfaction somewhere else, to me, in my eyes. So that was something even before her. I think when I was going through my own personal growth and development, I never really followed many Instagram celebrities or anything like that. Usually what you're on social media for is, and you're following, is pages of interest, right? So why are you following something that's going to be, I don't know, females everywhere, or celebrities that you may feel like you would want to, whatever, I don't know. You know?
And that can go both ways too, because basically what you're looking at and liking is kind of like training your mind to think like, oh, this is what I like. And if maybe the person that you're with doesn't look like that or doesn't measure up to that, sometimes it can mess with your head whether you realize it or not. And
also your relationship in the future when it gets to that, and like intimate matters of nature.
Do guys like getting flowers too? What is something that like a girl can get that makes you feel special? Like what's the equivalent?
I mean,
it depends on your interest, probably, but
I don't know. That's tough because I'm not a great gift receiver. I still think that's one of the things that I'm working on, and I don't feel like most guys, I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like I definitely am not. But like, I feel like the version of flowers that a girl can give a guy is just like, that's like if you were to give me, I don't know, like come with me on a fishing boat or something. I don't know. That's like like something that I'm interested in, that she took notice, said, oh, you know, he really likes to do this. We always are running around doing things that we like to do. What does he like to do?
What are some things that girls tend to fix on about themselves, like during a date where we could be self-conscious about it, that a guy wouldn't really notice?
All right, the one thing that's big for me, and I always said this to you, is like, as a guy, like, who enjoys food, one thing that I always, I don't know, notice is like, if a girl's being so self-conscious about what she's eating. Honestly, I think that's one of the, it's strange to say, but like, for example, like if we got wings on our first date, like, and it was first date, I wouldn't mind seeing you picking up the wing and getting after. Like me first, I think that's like, like it makes me feel like I could be comfortable around you. Like it's just food as well. I think that like, you know, on first dates it could be very like, I don't want to seem like I'm, you know, I'm gonna go with something I don't really like because I want to make it seem like I'm eating light or something. I don't know. As a guy, I don't know.
Okay, that's a good answer. This is a good one. If a man shows you that he likes you, but then says that he's not ready to date anyone for now, is it worth waiting for?
What? No, wait, I don't even get that. Wait, say that again?
If I'm seeing someone, we go on a couple dates, he says he likes me, but then he says, but you know what, I'm not ready to date somebody right now.
What does that even mean? That's what I think. Like, that's how, truthfully, like, what does that even mean? You like the person, and then you're not ready? Like, I guess, then you...
Like, maybe ready to commit?
That, which doesn't even make sense either to me.
Yeah.
I get it if, like, it's scary when you're coming out of something, I think, initially. A lot of the times when you're just out of a relationship, I'm speaking from past experience, when you're just out of a relationship and you see someone that might be, like, great for you, but it's just truly not, like, timing wise, where you feel like you're jumping from point A to point B, but I feel like it's for the right person. Like, it's always going to be worth taking a shot. It's not a question. Yeah. Like, you'll know whether, if you're telling yourself you're not, I guess, ready or committed, I just don't think that would be, like, in my sense, like, your person, so to speak.
I agree.
I think, like, when you're ready, when it's your person, it's just like, it's not a magical moment or things like that. It ends up just being like, hey, this is the person I want to pursue, regardless of the situation.
Yeah. I don't believe you have to know right then and there, first date, like that's your person. I don't believe that. But
I think if you like them,
you know whether you want to try or not.
Yeah,
and if it's someone that you're really serious about, then nothing will stop you from trying.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no,
and that can go both ways. Do men overthink things as much as women do, or do they tend to kind of go with the flow?
I mean, I don't know, for y'all, the guys out there, I'm an overthinker. I overthink, I think, everything.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, it's just part of my nature. But I don't know. I think most guys that say they don't, I would say they do.
They just don't say it.
They just won't say it. Because I think it's something that is not, like, very secure. And people always want to feel and bring out the persona of being super secure, super confident. I think there's, as for as confident or as I say I am, I still have my overthinking moments.
I think most people do. Yeah. We're curious to know what you think about the saying, if he wanted to, he would.
If he wanted to, he would what?
Anything. Do you know that saying?
No.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. I really try to be with you in that moment. I don't know.
Like, if he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to, he would get you flowers. If he wanted to, he would show up. If he wanted to, he would.
So everyone's, and I'm going to go to a point, like, I think everyone receives love in, like, the love languages, everyone receives it in a very different way. And a lot of the times, to my understanding, how you receive love is how you try to give love. But sometimes your person may not receive it in the same way that you're trying to give it. So I think to that point, if it comes to communication, like, if, let's say you're someone who likes receiving gifts, but I'm a person who's quality time, physical touch, and I'm trying to do that to, like, for whatever, and as opposed to the communication where say, hey, like, I like when you plan a date or do this or do that, then if I'm not hearing you on that, then I'm not really trying, I think. So
for the most part, I believe yes, but I don't think it's always so black.
Yeah, I think, no, it's not.
Okay, there are two that are very similar.
Okay.
The first one says, why do you think a guy would ghost a girl if things are going well? And then the second one is, what's with ghosting? Who does that?
That's immature, I think. I think even if you have an issue with somebody, let's say it's an ex-significant other or whatever it is, I don't, unless they truly, even if they truly did something wrong, like whatever was cheating, I think I personally think I would communicate that and be like, and I don't contact me ever again. And if the number blocking has to happen, that's fine. Because then essentially you're not ghosting. Like, this is the reason, and boom. I just believe that's adult.
It's the easy way out.
I think ghosting
all it is.
It's running away from it. I personally think.
Yeah, and I think if someone does the ghosting, it's not worth having them around. And I mean, I have ghosted, I'll be honest, I've ghosted people in the past in my dating app phase of life, because it's the easy way out. But I think especially when you're a couple dates in, if it's just one date, you never talk again, that's not a big deal. But if you're seeing each other and then all of a sudden, boom, they go ghost, or they block you, or they drop off the face of the earth, that's just not somebody you want around. Yeah,
but I even think with the dating aspect, if you went on one date with somebody, I think it's something really respectful and also, like, powerful in terms of, like, learning how to communicate and learning to talk about what you want. Hey, like, thank you so much. It was a great time. I just don't see this moving forward because I just don't see us matching.
Sure.
I think that's pretty
I've done that too. Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
it's
I think
emotional
that's
maturity. What goes on in a man's head when he first starts catching feelings for a girl?
That's a really good. Whoever asked that question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. I think what goes on in a man's head, nowadays, especially depending on who you are surrounded by. What I mean by that is if you're surrounded by a group of friends that is very much out there, out and about, like maybe they're all single, this and that, they'll be like, oh, you know, play it cool, play it super easy, just take it back, like, you know, try not to be too on top of her, like, oh, text her every few days. Like, when I like first started liking you, I was very lucky to be surrounded by a group of people who are very much like, no, if you like her, like, you gotta be intentional about it, you gotta show her, even after all the things I went through before. Because I think that it's so easy for a guy to just kind of be like, I'm going to play it cool. I'm going to coast. And also for girls, too. You guys are like, I don't want to be too much because...
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I don't want to be too much because, you know, what if he pushes them away? But, like, I just think that when it comes to that point on a guy or girl side, if you're intentional about something and you can have that conversation, okay, like, I'm not really talking to anyone. This is where I stand with liking you. I think it's okay to have that earlier in the dating aspect of it because you guys at least know what you're working towards, because if not, what are you gonna go 6-7 dates and there's no, like, there was never been a conversation about what you guys are doing? I don't believe that.
Deep down, are the independent, strong girls as attractive to most men?
Yeah.
Well, not to all men.
Well, for me, I just feel like if you're looking for someone to level up with, not to be ahead of, like, I just think that, yeah, I would say independent, strong women are attractive. I don't know who would say no to that.
I think it's a confidence thing. If you're confident in yourself, then you're like, okay, we could do this together.
Yeah.
You know? Should you pretend to not know something so that a man feels like he knows? Does that make sense?
No.
Like...
Know it. You know it. You don't have to play small. I don't want you to play small. I want you to be like, oh, like, hey, I didn't know that. That's really cool that you didn't know that. Like, how did you know that? Like, you know, I think that's cool. I don't want anyone, well, I guess for you, I don't want you to play small, but that's where I think, no. I think you should know something. Like, if a guy's doing something well and you notice it, I do think it's okay to compliment that. Just to be like, hey, you're doing a great job at this.
I didn't realize you're like... I don't want you cut out of the frame. My bad.
It's all good.
Okay. This one, I'm going to let you interpret it however you want to because it's very vague.
Okay.
All it says is friends flirting with your partner.
Oh. No. Like...
No.
No. Like, no. This is not going to happen.
Get better friends.
Yeah, that too.
That's really about the friends. It depends on how your partner reacts to that, but get better friends.
I mean, like... If I saw your best friend and like she had an outfit and you're there, I'm joking like, oh damn, like you go, like, I don't know, I feel like that's playful.
That's
but
not
if you're
flirting,
truthfully, intentionally like flirting and no. Next question.
How do I overcome the fear of rejection?
I don't think you do. I mean, the worst thing that could happen, there's literally 2 answers, yes or no. Like, so if you're shooting your shot with somebody and they say no, great, be grateful that it didn't happen. It wasn't supposed to happen.
Because it was for a reason,
yeah.
It's better to do it than always wonder what if, right?
I think everyone, even those who are the most confident, have a little bit of like, hey, nervousness.
Yeah.
I think rejection.
In general, how should a girl approach a guy and not come off as desperate?
That's a good question. I don't know. In my experience, I just feel like a lot of girls wait to be approached. So I guess why I'm bringing that up is I don't think when a girl is coming up to a guy, you're seeming as desperate.
Well, what could a girl do to you that you're like, oh, she's desperate? Before.
Like, okay, let's say you got plans canceled on and the guy canceled on you, right? Let's say the guy said dinner plans and the guy sent you a dry text message like, oh, hey, you know, I can't make it. And the girl's like, oh, what about this day? What about that day? I feel like that would be desperate. Making yourself so available to someone who clearly doesn't want you unless they're like utilizing you. I don't know, and you're okay, like those showing that you're okay.
There's nothing wrong with showing that you're interested and showing your intention.
But it has to
when
be
it
received.
becomes, when it's not reciprocated and you continue to go through with it or try, knowing that, you know, you're getting the cold shoulder or they're being dry with you or whatever, that's when it comes across as, you know, you got to kind of know your worth and know when it's time to, like, move on, find better.
Yeah,
you know? How do I know if he likes me or not?
He's intentional. Guys will say, like, oh, you know, I just sometimes I'm not good at showing my emotions, but I feel like if you know, you know. Me personally, I mean, as someone who, like, over communicates, you guys can probably tell. I just feel like if someone is making the time and making the efforts, now some people may not be as good at communicating that verbally, but they can show that in different actions. Maybe they're super dry and they just don't know how to show that type of love, but maybe they're asking you to do little things with them. That could be a way of saying, like, hey, I want you to be around, as opposed to having to say yes or no. That's a good one.
Which one? This one?
What does Jay think if a girl approaches a guy by handing her number to
significant other?
Oh,
wait, what?
What?
What does Jake think if the girl approaches a guy by handing her number, to someone she finds attractive? What do you think of that? If a girl just came up to a guy and gave her his number?
Heck yeah. I think that's awesome. That's a W for us.
I respect that.
I feel like as a guy, that's like, as a single guy, that's like pretty cool. I'd be like, wow, your confidence level would go through the roof, I would say.
Guys, that's why guys like Bumble, for example, because they don't have to do much.
The fear of rejection for guys. That's actually a really good point. That's why I think maybe some guys are on Bumble, because at least if the girls approaches, like,
I know many guys.
Oh snap!
Were you big on Bumble?
No.
Oh.
I like to.
You had Bumble though.
I did for like a second. I don't know.
I hated Bumble.
I need to
that reason.
I need to. You know, I gotta. If I'm in front of you, I can talk. We're good. We're great.
If you see any last minute ones that call out to you, but I pretty much did all of them.
Why are men in dating turning out to be so hopeless day after day? How long should she wait so far in front of you? Just do it. Nike. Have you ever seen the Shia LaBeouf thing? Yeah, I think that's fine.
If it makes you feel better, we're 9-10 months in and I still have it and I won't. So
and I don't understand. Flowers, yes or no? If your girl's that way, if your girl likes flowers, put it in your calendar. I think it's okay to do that. I really do, because honestly, like, for me, you get caught up in the thrills of, like, not the thrills, the busyness of life. There's so much you get caught up in, and if your girl is the type of girl that likes flowers, put it on your calendar. Put it every 3 weeks, put it every 4 weeks. That's what I have it on mine. I'm not perfect. There's days where I'm running around on Wednesday, like, you know, our date nights, and I could easily forget. I just think that, I think it's okay to have those reminders. I don't think it makes it forced. No. I think it makes it just...
I think it's intentional.
It's intentional, and it's not forced. Alright guys, well, I appreciate you. I hope this is everything that you hope and dream for.
I love when you take over. I think it's really
I'm really hot. We had to turn on the AC, so this video is getting cut short because I am sweating. I am so hot right now. Like, actually, like, at the lighting, thank God the lighting's great because you cannot see my shiny forehead.
You look tan.
I am tan. I think the text on my arms are pretty white. Oh, you don't have to put this up.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you just to think about things maybe from a different perspective. Or if you're just here for entertainment, then that's cool too. I love watching videos like this. I think they're so interesting. So thank you to you for
well, thank you guys for having me again. Not a professional by any means or shape, just disclosure.
And like we should say, you know, we've been together just under a year.
Yeah.
So we're still figuring it out, but
I feel like we also had enough experiences based on our past situations.
Sure. Yes, we've learned a lot. Yeah.
You know, to
that's honestly
answer some questions.
Where these answers came from,
it's more so personal experience.
Most of it came from before we even started dating.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, even like a lot of the intentionality thing, like I was never great at that. honestly. And I think that because of my past relationship, I was able to apply it to this one and reflect and things like that, and realize how important those things are. So that's where it all comes from. I don't know what our next video is going to be. I don't know when I will be back, but
we still have to do.
Oh yeah.
The dating intentionally with Faith for the first time. I haven't forgotten about that.
No.
We just need to plan that one, and we haven't had time to sit down and plan.
Yeah, we haven't really.
But I haven't forgotten about that. You'll be back. He'll be back. But thank you guys so much for watching this video.
I got a haircut, guys, by the way.
I thought you were hot.
I am hot.
Thank you for watching. We love you. See you soon.
Bye, guys.